Hello, future warriors, and every defense aspirant who is watching this. A very welcome to SSB Crack Exams. I am Hemant, and I'm back here with the monthly defense update session. After a long time here, I'm discussing with you about the most important defense updates that have happened all the way through in the month of February of 2021. This is going to be a very detailed and most important session, and I hope and I wish each and every one of you will be noting down every important topic which I'm discussing through this particular complete session. It will be a kind of a very lengthy one, but still I hope that you will people will be spending as much amount of ample amount of time in noting down in a very proper way, and I will be covering few most important updates that happened with this whole month, right? So without wasting any time, as I always introduced you before beginning, as always, that SSB Crack Exams is India's largest, most preferred online defense exams preparation portal. If in case you people are preparing for the upcoming defense examinations like NDA, CDS, AFCAT, INET, Territorial Army, Indian Air Force, Airman Group X, Group Y, CAPF, Assistant Commandant's examination, also for the Officers Intelligence Rating Test of the SSB interviews, or various other crucial, important defense-related examinations, I highly recommend you that you please download SSB Crack Exams Learning app from Google Play Store. Thereafter, you can go through the complete detailed content, subscribe yourself to your favorite courses, wherein which we people are providing you the complete detailed lecture content, study material, sample practice questions, quizzes, exercises, mock tests that are all made taking into consideration the latest exam patterns. You can even follow us on all sort of social media platforms and keep yourself updated with the most important examination related notifications and the most important Indian and international related inputs. Before beginning the complete important defense updates, I would like to go through with the complete important headlines, and let us start off with the monthly defense updates February 2021 headlines. I will be dividing this complete updates as usual into most important 7 sections, beginning with section A related towards the military exercises that have happened in this particular month. In these military exercises, we will be going through with understanding about India-United States joint military exercise Yudh Abhyas 20, and thereafter we will learn about understanding a very few points very briefly about Indian Navy's largest war game Tropex 21. Thereafter, we will be entering into the section B, which is related towards international military affairs. And in this particular one, I will be discussing few most important topics like Pakistan continuing to remain on the FATF grey list. Thereafter, Bangladeshi naval ship Protoy visiting our Mumbai port. Thereafter, NASA's Perseverance rover has successfully landed on Mars planet. And I will completely give you details about this important, beautiful news. Thereafter, we will understand about Indian Army beginning the training of Turkmenistan Special Forces to help their capabilities. That means our country is helping Turkmenistan Special Forces to build their own capabilities. Thereafter, we will understand about Kenya's defense forces visiting our Indian Army's museums. Thereafter, North Korea's Kim Jong-un has appointed new naval and air force chiefs as a generation shift in the army, and I will tell you why this North Korean update is very important for us to consider. Thereafter, in the final update that we will learn about the ship that has built in our country has reached the Chile's Valparaiso harbor. What is that particular ship and the details regarding that also we will learn in this particular one. Going through section C, the next section is regarding the complete important Indian military reviews. In this particular Indian military reviews, we will learn about completely regarding the defense budget 2021 to 22. Thereafter, Lieutenant General Chandi Prasad Mohanty has recently taken over as the Vice Chief of the Indian Army Staff. Thereafter, Asia's biggest Aero India show in Bengaluru has conducted recently in this February month. We will go through very briefly about this particular spectacular Asia's biggest Aero India show. Thereafter, we will understand about how General Naravane has felicitated all the contingents and the participants of the Army Day and Republic Day parade in this particular month. Thereafter, we will also learn about Indian Army laying a foundation stone for the nation's tallest national flag in Jammu and Kashmir. Thereafter, a very important and groundbreaking agreement that has signed an inter-service affiliation of the Assam Regiment Arunachal Scouts along with 106 Air Force Squadron, which is a very nice culmination between Army and the Indian Air Force. Thereafter, Rear Admiral Ajay Kuchar has recently taken over as the flag officer commanding of the Western Fleet on board the aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya. Then we will also learn about understanding how President has witnessed the spectacular operational demonstration by the Andaman and Nicobar Command when when he was on a visit towards that particular command. Thereafter, in the final one, we will also learn about how Army has launched its first community radio station in the North Kashmir to bridge the gap between the Jawan and the Awam. Going through the next section, Under the section D, we will understand about the special inductions and acquisitions. In this particular one, very recently, CRPF has inducted the women commandos also into the elite anti-Naxal Cobra unit, which is a very, very boosting, important update that we need to consider. Thereafter, the plan that is proposed by the central government to combat the shortage of the fighter aircraft in the Indian Air Force, that also we will learn about that. Then we will also understand about how our country is progressing towards Atmanirbhar Defense Bharat. Then Hindustan Aeronautics Limited receiving the request for proposal for 70 HTT-40 basic trainer aircraft from Indian Air Force. Thereafter, HAL handing over 5 ALH Mark III helicopters towards Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard. This is a very, very important update. We will also learn about that. Thereafter, the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited light utility helicopter LUH Army variant regarding this particular one has also received the initial operational clearance from CEMILAC. Under section E, anniversaries, there is only one important update. On 1st of February 2021, we have two anniversary. One is regarding 80th Raising Day of the Army Dental Corps, and thereafter we will understand about the 45th Raising Day of Indian Coast Guard. Under section F, we will learn about the missile test, and in that particular one, we will understand about PSLV C-51 that is launched by ISRO, and along with that, it has taken over with Brazil's Amazonia 1 satellite along with 18 other satellites also. Thereafter, the anti-tank guided missile systems Helena and Dhruvastra have completed their successful user trials. We will understand about their specialities. Then after, we will understand about the Navy's real SRSCM missile system that has successfully launched recently from Odisha. Then under the last section, the 7th section, section G, under the future plans, we will understand about knowing about the Indian Air Force, which is going to participate in the multinational exercise Desert Flag 6 along with France, United States, and in the United Arab Emirates, and various other countries are also participating in that. And then in the final update, I will be giving you a very brief analysis about how Indian Navy has commissioned, it's going to commission its third Scorpion class submarine INS Karanj in Mumbai on March of 10th. So these are the most important headlines that we need to consider, and under these particular headlines, my complete news will be revolving, and I will be giving you the complete updates regarding this particular one. So please make sure that you're noting down about every important update that I'm discussing here, because it will be very, very helpful regarding your examination point of view. Starting off with section A regarding the military exercises, and this particular section will deal with the complete any important military exercise or passage exercise, any particular exercise or operation that has happened between our country along with various other nations or countries. So under this particular military exercises, the first update that we need to remember, as I told you, is regarding the India-US joint military exercise Yudh Abhyas 20. Yudh Abhyas 20 is a very, very important military exercise which is happening between our country and the United States of America. Where did this particular exercise happen, sir? It happened at Mahajan Field Firing Range of Bikaner district in Rajasthan. Okay, so this exercise happened from 8th of February 2021 all the way up towards 20th of February 2021, and the first session of this particular exercise happened long back in 2004. So this exercise is considered to be the 16th edition of this particular biennial edition. Around 270 United States soldiers and 250 Indian Army soldiers have participated in this particular exercise, and the main aim and focus regarding this particular one is about the training at the core level and below, and combat against conventional and unconventional and hybrid threats along and belonging all the way up towards the humanitarian assistance and the disaster relief operations, which is a very, very important update that we should never forget. So Yudh Abhyas 20 is an extremely important exercise that every defense aspirant should remember for the upcoming defense examinations. About 250 United States and 250 Indian Army soldiers are participating in the exercise. Both the armies will be sharing their war-related technologies, skills and experience with each other during this particular exercise. The exercise is one of the largest military training and defense cooperation efforts between India and the United States, and this is another step in growing military cooperation between the two countries, which shows the growth in the Indo-US relations. It is also a sign that both India and the United States states understand that the threat of terrorism and are standing shoulder to shoulder in the combating of the same important affairs. So this is a very important update that we should never forget, and this exercise is a very important exercise. Okay, so now let us not waste any other time and let us now move through towards the next important update, and that is regarding Indian Navy's largest war game Tropics 21 has happened recently. This has been conducted in two phases, where the first phase happened long back in January itself. I will tell you details regarding that. So this the full form of Tropics 21 is Theater Level Operational Readiness Exercise. I repeat, Theater Level Operational Readiness Exercise. This commenced in early January and has ended by the third week of February, and this is being overseen by the Naval Headquarters in Delhi with participation from all three commands of Indian Navy, including the Tri-Services Command at Port Blair. That means the Southern Command, Eastern Naval Command, Western Naval Command, along with the Andaman and Nicobar Command. All of these commands have participated together in this particular Tropex 21 exercise. We need to also understand that this exercise has conducted into different phases. In the first phase, we already finished the Sea Vigil exercise that happened from 12th to 13th of Jan 2021. This has happened along the entire coastline and island territories. In the Sea Vigil exercise, all the important beneficiaries and participants, including the paramilitary forces, including the coastal guards, the coastal areas, coastal security, and all the police departments have also participated in the Sea Vigil exercise. And if you go through the second phase, this is a tri-service joint amphibious exercise known as AMFEX 21. This happened on 21st to 25th of January in Andaman and Nicobar group of islands, and coming towards in the February, a weapon workshop phase of this exercise also concluded recently. It witnessed a multiple on-target ordnance deliveries, including like missiles, torpedoes, rockets, and various other most important military-related aspects have also taken into consideration. So the complete session is considered to be one single war game known as Tropex 21. This is something that you people should never forget, right? So that is it regarding this first section, section A, regarding the military related exercises. Let us now go through towards the next section. Section B is now related towards the international military affairs. So here I will discuss with all the important military issues that are happening in the international scenarios and where the other countries are also coming into consideration. So starting off with the first and foremost update regarding international military affairs is that the Pakistan has been continued to be remaining in the FATF grey list. The Financial Action Task Force, or FATF, is considered to be that important economical agency that looks through towards giving funds towards countries in maintaining the peace and security in their nations. But regarding the grey list, if any particular country is given a grey list in FATF, that means they are completely shortlisted with the funds and they will not be given proper amount of money. So Pakistan has been asking some amount of money through towards FATF, but FATF is not giving that. Around 38 countries approximately are a part of FATF, and mention in the comment section whether our country is also part of FATF or not. So we need to understand that FATF had also explained very properly about why Pakistan has been continued to be kept in the grey list. The main reason, it also said that Islamabad should demonstrate effective implementation of targeted financial sanctions against all 1,267 and 1,373 designated terrorists. That means these are the terrorists that are actually designated as terrorists by the United Nations. So all the UN designated terrorists are most of them are staying in its own country, and the Pakistan is funding them very properly. It is a state-sponsored terrorism. Taking this into consideration, FATF has kept the Pakistan in the grey list, and it continues to do that. And it also said that Pakistan courts are not properly giving the judgments. So the courts must give effective, decisive, and proportionate punishment to those involved in the terrorism, and must have an effective system to deal with the terror financing. Going through towards the next update is regarding Bangladeshi naval ship BNS Protoy has visited Mumbai. So it was a very informal visit to our country, a very friendly visit that this particular ship has come to our country from 14th to 15th of February 2021. Why did this BNS Bangladeshi naval ship come to our country, sir? Very briefly, is because this whole year we are celebrating the Swarnim Vijay Divas celebrations, right? So this is like Swarnim Vijay Divas celebrations are being celebrated all of this this particular year Swarnim Vijay celebrations. That means it has been around 50 years that Bangladesh has got independence, and our operations, and we have completely very badly defeated Pakistan in the war of 1971. So taking that into consideration, we are celebrating complete Swarnim Vijay celebrations this whole 2021 year. And during this particular one, Bangladeshi naval ship has visited our country, and it came towards the Mumbai port on 14th to 15th of February. It stayed there, and the ship was actually commanded by Captain Ahmed Amin Abdullah with a crew of 137 personnel docked at the Mumbai Port Trust. And this has been mainly taken into consideration to commemorate the occasion of 50 years of Bangladeshi independence. For the first time, a marching contingent from Bangladesh and also a military band from Bangladesh have participated in India's Republic Day parade in the month of January. Right? Let us now go through with the next update, and the next one is regarding the NASA's Perseverance rover has successfully landed on Mars. Okay, so this is an international update, and the whole world is talking about this particular one. This is not the first time that NASA has sent something on the Mars surface, but this is for the first time that NASA has sent something on the Mars surface to think. And the main mission of this particular rover is to seek the signs of ancient life on the planet. That means it is going to collect the samples, and it is going to test and tell us whether there was any life on Mars or not. Okay, so it actually landed at the Mars Jezero crater on February of 18th, nearly 7 months after its takeoff to the red planet. And Perseverance is, they have given that particular name. It becomes the 5th NASA rover to ever touch down, and the previous rovers were Sojourner, Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity. We need to understand that the wheels down, NASA's Perseverance rover's wheels down for the newest robot to inhabit the Mars. Just before 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the hulking multi-billion-dollar NASA rover Perseverance landed safely on the red planet after a 300 million mile journey and a nerve-wracking plunge to the Martian surface. Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance is safely on the surface of Mars, said Swati Mohan, an engineer on the Perseverance team. The 1-ton nuclear-powered Perseverance made a swift, acrobatic descent through the thin Martian atmosphere that, if all went well, has been captured on video for the first time. The rover autonomously timed its movements so that it would align within a roughly 4-mile-wide landing ellipse in Mars' Jezero crater, which once hosted a deep and potentially long-lived lake. Perseverance then confirmed its safe arrival with a signal relayed to Earth via the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, and it sent its first photos from its perch on the surface, sparkling socially distant celebrations at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California. In JPL's mission control, matching face masks muffled shouts of excitement, but the team's relief and jubilation was still very evident. The rover's mission is ambitious. This is to seek the signs of ancient life on the red planet. It will be the first of the NASA's 5 rovers to sniff around for traces of long-dead Martians, inhabitants of a world that for its first billion years or so was warmer and wetter than the dusty planet we see today. Going through the next update is regarding Indian Army beginning the training of the Turkmenistan Special Forces to help build their capabilities. So how is Indian Army training the Turkmenistan Special Forces, sir? So our Special Forces Training School of the Indian Army, this is located in the Himachal Pradesh, and it has been training the Turkmenistan Special Forces in the combat free fall and various other areas where they have to have a proper amount of knowledge regarding that. So we need to also understand that in January, both the countries had also reviewed the various aspects of bilateral relations, including political, economic, commercial, defense, education, and consular cooperation during the 4th round of Foreign Office consultations. So both the talks between the countries of Turkmenistan and India are going extremely well and good, and both the countries have signed a lot of important proposals, and our special forces training the Turkmenistan Special Forces gives a very deep, robust amount of trust and relationship between both the countries that will be going on for further generations too. Let us now go through with the next update, and that is regarding the Kenya's Defense Forces visiting our Indian Army's museums. So there was a 7-member delegation from the Kenya's Defense Forces, and they came to our country to see our legacy of our Indian Army and Indian Navy and Air Force. They visited the Rajputana Rifle Center Museum, the National War Memorial, and various other museums also. Going through the next update is regarding North Korea's Kim Jong-un. The president of North Korea has appointed a new Navy and Air Force chiefs in generation shift in the army. Why is this considered to be a generation shift, sir? These new naval and Air Force chiefs that he actually declared, they are very young and they do not have a proper amount of experience in the theater scenarios. That means these are absolutely young chaps and they might take any kind of robust and reckless decisions, which will be a very dangerous case for the countries like South Korea. So Central Military Commission appointed Kim Song-gil as Navy commander and promoted him to the Vice Admiral, and Kim Seung-too was appointed as Air and Anti-Air Force Chief and he has been promoted towards Lieutenant General. Several dozen commanding officers have also been promoted towards Lieutenant General and Major General. So there has been a lot of shift happening in the military forces of the North Korea at this point of time, wherein which America, China, North Korea, South Korea, Russia, in our country, India, all of these countries are moving forward and progressing further. So North Korea is also not staying silent and it is also taking drastic measures and steps. The main problem will be for the countries like USA and the South Korea, right? Let us now go through with the next one, and that is regarding a ship that was actually built in our country has reached the Chile's Valparaiso harbor. So what is that particular ship that was actually built in our country, sir? This particular ship is Chilean Navy ship Janicuo. Okay, Janicuo or Janicuo, however you want to call it. So this has been a ship. This was actually built by the Indian company Larsen & Toubro L&T, and it has been transferred towards the Chilean Navy. And this is a form of important tanker, and it has been transferred. It reached the Valparaiso harbor of Chile on February of 23rd. This ship is a twin screw anchor handling, towing, and supply standby vessel, or AHTSSV. Okay, so this has hybrid propulsion and dynamic positioning system. That is it regarding the second most section regarding the international military reviews. Let us now go through with the Indian military reviews, something that is happening in our country itself, which is very, very important for us to have a complete knowledge and understanding regarding that. So starting off with the Indian military reviews, the first and foremost important update is regarding all about the defense budget 2021 to 22. On February of 1st, Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji has given the complete details regarding that. So because this is a complete decision regarding the defense updates, I will be giving you how much amount of allocation has been given towards the defense sector as far as the budget is concerned. So for the first time ever, Center has given a historic push to defense modernization by increasing defense capital outlay by 18.75%. That means whatever amount of expenditure that we people were keeping towards the defense, that expenditure has been increased towards 18.75%, which is a huge amount of money that has been given towards the defense ministry. We need to also understand that the budget has been increased to around 4,78,195.62 crores for the financial year 2021 to 22. That means it's a very huge budget that the government is putting towards the defense and in improvising the defense forces of our country. And allocation of the non-salary revenue to meet the operational requirement has also been increased to around 54,624.67 crores. This is around 6% increase from the last financial year. We need to also understand that there was an extra amount of around 20,776 crores were also given towards the Indian Army, Navy and Air Force, and they were given this particular amount to buy new weapon systems and spares for the armed forces. And this particular amount that they gave, that particular amount was spent in buying different kinds of missiles like the Spice 2000 bombs, Spike anti-tank guided missiles, 6-bore assault rifles, Excalibur ammunition, and multiple types of aircraft spares from Russia, along with ammunition for the tanks and fighter jets. So the amount and ammunition, and in making our country completely defense-related strong, is being made in a very proper way. We need to also understand in a very final point that the savings of around 18,000 crores can also be seen in the terms of defense pensions, as the government now seems to be determined with the proposals of enhancing the retirement age of the defense personnel. That means they have also increased the amount of pensions towards the defense personnel, which is a very, very appreciable part that we need to consider. Going through the next one is regarding that Lieutenant General Chandi Prasad Mohanty has been now taken. He is now the new vice chief of the army staff. So he assumed this particular position on the 1st of February 2021. He is an alumnus of the Rashtriya Indian Military College of Dehradun and is also an alumnus of the National Defense Academy and Indian Military Academy, and he was commissioned into the Rajput Regiment on 12th of June 1982. Since then, he's been working with us since 4 decades. That means he has been working with the Indian Army since 40 plus years and is now been appointed as the Vice Chief of Army Staff, and he's served across a wide spectrum of conflicts and terrain profiles, and we will be able to see him very soon in leading and guiding as a very proper light towards maintaining the dignity and the security of our armed forces. Going through the next update is regarding Asia's biggest Aero India show has been started and also finished in Bengaluru. It was organized from 3rd to 5th of February 2021, and this show is organized every alternate year. Okay, so now we have this particular Aero India show in 2021. The next Aero India show will happen in the year of 2022. Okay, so this why do they conduct Aero India shows, sir? This is actually a very important exhibition. This enables industry professional to gain market insights. That means by going through and looking after the various different stalls and exhibition, you will be able to understand about how much advanced or how much at what particular level are our Indian industries are there, and you will also be able to understand about what is the market and what kind of equipment is going through in the world itself. Also, you will also be able to understand, and this was also to announce new developments and gain media coverage. Aero India offers a unique platform to international aviation sector to the bolster business. The Defense Ministry of India, Indian Air Force, Defense Research and Development Organization, Department of Space, the Union Civil Aviation Ministry and other such organizations join hands to organize the Aero India show, making it the largest air show in Asia. As many as 601 exhibitors, 523 of them are Indian and 78 are foreign, and 14 countries have participated in this particular important Asia's largest Aero India show. In the view of the same, to avoid traffic congestions and maintain a free flow of traffic, the Bengaluru Traffic Police have also kept in place traffic diversions and alternative route arrangements. These modifications were also taken place into a very proper way. DRDO has exhibited its latest defense technologies and demonstrated many systems. One of these include major attractions, which include the flying displays of the airborne early warning and control AVAC system, light combat aircraft LCA Tejas and LCA naval variant. Over 300 products, technologies and innovations will be have been showcased in indoor, outdoor and static and flying displays at this particular biennial event. Keeping in view of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, multimedia-based presentations and product and technology brochures are also provided digitally for the download based on the QR codes at that particular venue. Going through the next update is regarding General M.M. Naravane has felicitated all the contingents and participants that have taken part in the Army Day and Republic Day parade. So in this particular view, we have to understand that the Bengal Engineers Group contingent has been awarded as the first winners in this all of these contingents, and Gadwal Rifles contingent has been awarded as the runner-up. Army Day will be observed on January 15th to celebrate first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Field Marshal Kodandera Madappa Karyappa, while Republic Day parade took place on January 26th. So in all of these things taken into consideration in a very clubbed way, the Bengal Engineers Group contingent has been awarded as the winners in all of these drill shows, and as the runner-up, Gadwal Rifles Regiment contingent has stood up. Going through the next update is regarding Indian Army has laid a foundation of the nation's tallest national flag in Jammu and Kashmir, and this is considered to be the tallest flag because this flag will be on 100-feet high pole. Okay, so Major General Virendra Vats has also was there in this particular occasion, and he hoped it will be continuing to inspire the nation, and it will also continue to be another important tourist destination for the people who are coming here to improve their patriotic feelings and all. Bollywood celebrities Vidya Balan, Siddharth Roy Kapoor and Arbaz Khan were also present on this occasion in Jammu and Kashmir. Going through the next update is regarding inter-service affiliation of the Assam Regiment and Arunachal Scouts with 106 Air Force Squadron. This is a very, very important groundbreaking agreement and arrangement and affiliation. Both Army and Air Force are joining hands in the northeastern sector. This will improve in creating proper amount of security and in maintaining the dignity and territorial integrity of the northeastern states of our country. This affiliation was formally signed at a solemn ceremony at Tezpur on 15th of February 2021, and the affiliation of this regiment with the Su-30 Squadron of Eastern Air Command, it will assist them in maintaining proper amount of mutual understanding and joint ethos and capability. Major General P.S. Bail of regiment flew a familiarization sortie on Su-30 MKI to acquaint himself with the aircraft capabilities and to make himself known about how powerful that particular aircraft is and how powerful they are going to become by joining hands with the Indian Air Force. Going through the next update is regarding Rear Admiral Ajay Kochar has been taken over as the new flying officer commanding in chief of aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya. He's taken over reins from the previous flag officer Krishna Swaminathan. Now Rear Admiral Ajay Kochar is going to be now considered to be the flag officer commanding of the Western Fleet on board INS Vikramaditya. If we go through in details regarding his specialities, he is a specialist in gunnery and missile warfare, and he was commissioned into the Navy on 1st of July 1988. In a career spanning 32 years, he has commanded 5 warships on both the western and eastern seaboard. On promotion to the flag rank, he assumed charge as assistant controller of the aircraft carrier projects and assistant controller of warships production and acquisition. Under his regime, he has seen a lot of acquisitions and different project proposals which are being proposed in maintaining and improvising the technological infrastructures of the Indian Navy. So he is now being made as the flag officer or commanding officer of INS Vikramaditya. Let us now go through with the next update, and that is regarding President Ramnath Kovind has witnessed very recently a spectacular operational demonstration that has happened by Andaman and Nicobar Command. He actually went to Andaman and Nicobar Command to have a very proper review and to check the Army's complete operational readiness and scenarios, and he witnessed the joint services operational demonstration at Radhanagar Beach in Swaraj Deep on February of 28, 2021. Integral combat platforms and forces of Andaman and Nicobar Command, they have demonstrated multi-dimensional operational capabilities of the command, including an amphibious landing. The President was earlier briefed by the Commander-in-Chief Andaman and Nicobar Command, SINCAN, Lieutenant General Manoj Pandey, on the operational capabilities and state of readiness of the command. 14 ships of the Indian Navy, 2 fast attack crafts of the Coast Guard, aircraft of the Indian Air Force, and over 300 troops of Indian Army with 6 BMPs showcased integrated application of combat power of the only tri-service command of the nation. The demonstration highlighted the synergy, cooperation, and interoperability between the services towards achieving desired outcomes. It also showcased various facets of joint operations and included combat free-fall, helicasting by the Marcos, special heliborne operations by Ghatak platoon, and amphibious assault by infantry troops who landed on the beach with 6 BMPs and over 300 combatants. Naval gunfire support, counter-surface force operations, search and rescue operations, and vertical replenishment at sea were also demonstrated, and various other aircrafts like Dornier, Mi-17, V5 helicopters, and Chetak helicopters flying in close formation have also depicted the tri-service synergy and combat potential of the Andaman and Nicobar Command. That's it regarding this update. Going through with the next update is regarding Army launching the first community radio station in North Kashmir to bridge the gap between Jawan and Awam. Awam means common people and Jawan means the soldiers. So there has been not a proper amount of synergy between the soldiers and the people who are living in the North Kashmir. So to improve the relationship between the soldiers of the Kashmir and also with the residents of the Kashmir, the Indian Army has started a new important radio station, and that radio station is named as Radio Chinar, and it is 90.4 FM megahertz, and this was started on 4th of March 2021 in Sopore of Baramulla district in North Kashmir. This will help in bridging the gap between Jawan and Awam and in bringing close towards the soldiers and the common people of that particular area. It will also primarily play all genres of songs starting from Sufi songs in morning, and as the day will progress, it will also gain the tempo in the pitch of the songs with a mix of Hindi and Punjabi. That is it regarding this particular important section. Let us now go through with the fourth section. Section D is regarding the special inductions and acquisitions, and here I will be dealing and going through with the updates regarding how the induction acquisitions are happening in our country, the special acquisitions and special plans that are being made by our Home Ministry and also Defense Ministry. And also let us now go through with the first and foremost update regarding this particular section, and that is regarding the Central Reserve Police Force. CRPF has recently inducted a completely all women commandos into elite anti-Naxal Cobra unit. Cobras are themselves considered to be the most dangerous warriors of our country, and they are especially trained in completely killing the completely terrorized zones and in giving them a proper training, and they will also maintain and secure the forest areas of our country and all. So according to the CRPF, on the 88th all women battalion raising day at that particular time, all of these women commandos, they were handpicked and selected, and they are also trained. They will be inducted along with introduction of all Mahila brass band also, which will be taking place in the CRPF for the first force to have a woman brass band. 34 women personnel from 6 Mahila battalions of CRPF who join the Cobra will undergo a strenuous Cobra pre-induction training of around 3 months. Going through now with the next update is regarding the plan to combat the shortage of the fighter aircraft in the Indian Air Force. What is government trying to do to completely to completely combat the shortage of the fighter aircrafts in the Indian Air Force? So government has approved the induction of around 4 squadrons, very new squadrons of indigenously designed, developed and manufactured Tejas Mark 1A aircraft. Okay, so a total of 83 Tejas Mark 1A are already planned to be manufactured by HAL. Once they are come, around 4 squadrons will be made, and this particular one is also taken into consideration. The Defense Ministry is also trying to open north and south the defense industrial corridors to promote the setting of industries supporting the defense equipment. We need to also understand that the center has also permitted the acceptance of suo motu proposals from industry for undertaking indigenous design and development projects, and the government also formulated IDEX, which means Innovation in Defense Excellence. And this will be working with the startups, individual innovators, micro, small and medium enterprises. And there is an important fund known as Technology Development Fund. Even that fund is also being completely institutionalized and being kept properly for the upcoming forces, for the upcoming important plans and acquisitions that are going to happen very, very soon. Let us now go through and understand about the progressing towards Atmanirbhar Defense Bharat Abhiyan. And if you go through with that, Indian Army has launched the Army Design Bureau on 31st of August 2016 also. And the role of this particular Army Design Bureau is to act as a facilitator to research and development, and to also provide equipment towards extensive outreach program for industry. There is also another board known as Army Technology Board, ATB. This also enables indigenous research and development efforts in accordance with the operational needs of the Indian Army. And there is one more fund, as I already told you, Technology Development Fund. This has been launched by the government to give impetus towards research and development, and it has also been provided with a budget of around 100 crores. Indian Navy is also working with Aeronautical Development Agency to provide and completely build the twin engine deck based fighter TED-BF. Going through the next update, also we need to understand that the Ministry of Defense has notified a negative list of 101 items long back, for which there will be an embargo on the import beyond the timeline indicated against them. That means all of these negative list of 101 items, it clearly means that you cannot import these 101 items from some other country. You have to manufacture these items in our country itself, and you need to buy these 101 items from our country only. The list regarding that is already given long back. You can go through with that by going through our blog from SSB Crack Exams. The next update is Hindustan Aeronautics Limited has received very recently a request for proposal for 70 HTT-40 basic trainer aircrafts from the Indian Air Force. Okay, so this particular one has been received. This RFP was received by the HAL from IAF on February of 4th, 2021, while Aero India show was happening in Bengaluru. So this is for around 70 HTT basic trainer aircrafts to provide around 38 more. And the documents regarding this were handed over by Deputy Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Sandeep Singh and DG Acquisition, Ministry of Defence Shri VL Kanta Rauto, the Chairman and Managing Director of HAL. We need to also understand that about the next understanding is that the certification regarding all of these 70 HTT basic trainer aircrafts will be given against the program compliance and quality review. We need to also understand that the production will take place at 2 manufacturing facilities of HAL at Bengaluru and Nashik. These trainer aircrafts will also have more than 60% indigenous content, and these are supported by agencies like CIMILAC or Center for Military Airworthiness and Certification, Regional Director Aeronautical Quality Assurance RDAQA, Aircraft Systems Training Establishment and various others. Going through with the next update is regarding HAL handing over five advanced light helicopters Mark III to Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard. So these helicopters were handed over towards Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard by the Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Around three were handed to Navy and two were handed to ICG as a part of its 16 ALH contract during the ongoing Aero India 2021. ALH has cloaked more than 3 lakh cumulative flight hours and proven its mettle in versatile operations, and it is fitted with the state-of-the-art glass cockpit and powerful Shakti engine. We need to also understand that the contract involves integration of 19 major systems with the existing ALH Mark III that include IFF Mark 12 and ATC XPDR with ADS B out and uh, ultra high frequency communication system, traffic alert and collision avoidance, SAR Homer system, automatic deployable emergency locator transmitter, loud hailer, radio altimeter, rescue basket, medical intensive care unit, IADS system, AFCS, digital video recording system, automatic identification system, high intensity searchlight, pressure refueling system, control gaps and grids, and EOPod Rev 3 surveillance radar system and 12.7 mm gun system. These are all the special features of ALH Mark III helicopter, and these are around 5 of these helicopters are given towards Navy and Indian Coast Guard, wherein which 3 are given towards Indian Navy and 2 are given towards Indian Coast Guard, and the remaining 16 are going to be built very soon, and this is a very very important prestigious project. Now you people might be asking, sir, what about Indian Army? Sir, Indian Army also needs helicopters. Yes, an army variant has also been taken into consideration. This is known as LUH, or known as light utility helicopter of the Indian Army. This is also very recently received the initial operational clearance. That means they have given a green signal that this particular helicopter can be manufactured without any delay, and this particular certification and clearance was given from Center for Military Airworthiness and Certification, CIMILAC, in the presence of Raksha Mantri during Aero India 2021. LUH is actually a 3-ton class new generation single engine helicopter indigenously designed and developed by Rotary Wing Research and Design Center of HAL. So what will these particular LUH helicopters they will do, sir? They are going to be replacing the Cheetah and Chetak helicopters that are since long being operated by the Indian Army. Now let us go through with the next section, and the next section is regarding the anniversaries. Going through the first update regarding this one is on 1st of February 2021. That is regarding 80th Raising Day of the Army Dental Corps. In the last update also I have given a very brief update regarding this particular one. Director General Dental Services and Colonel Commandant Army Dental Corps, Lieutenant General N.K. Sahu, has laid a wreath at the National War Memorial in New Delhi, and from humble beginning with 1941 to 8 dental officers, and to around now at this point of time there are nearly around 1000 officers and 2000 other workers. They are all dedicated towards looking after the oral health requirements of our soldiers and the dependents and ex-servicemen. Oral health is considered to be a very crucial part of the health and livelihood of the people, and we need to have a complete proper understanding regarding this particular one. Going through the next update is regarding the 45th Raising Day of the Indian Coast Guard, and if we go through detail regarding this particular one, from the modest beginning with around only 7 surface platforms in 1978, our Coast Guard has grown into a formidable force with 156 ships and 62 aircraft in its inventory, and is likely to achieve targeted force levels of 200 surface platforms and 80 aircrafts by 2025. Vayam Rakshamaha is the motto of Indian Coast Guard. That clearly means that we protect, and despite a huge amount of restrictions imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic, our Coast Guard has maintained 24/7 vigil even in the exclusive economic zones, and by deploying about 50 ships and 12 aircraft on daily basis. We need to appreciate our Indian Coast Guard for maintaining this amount of security and this amount of vibrant sessions in maintaining the safety and security of our country. So that is it regarding this particular update. Let us now go through with the next most important one. And the next one is regarding the next section is about section F, missile tests. Okay. So in these missile tests, we will understand about what happened through in the space related observations through our country, and different kinds of missiles and ammunition that has been tested very recently, if in case that happened in the month of February, right? So the first and foremost update that we need to go through in this section is regarding the PSLV C-51 that has launched with the Brazil's Amazonia 1 satellite satellite. This is very, very important update every time that will be asking in the upcoming examinations also. So those candidates who are preparing for the upcoming defense examinations, you might expect some amount of question regarding Brazil's Amazonia 1 aircraft satellite, and also with the PSLV C-51 launch vehicle. So PSLV C-51 is our Indian launch vehicle, and this particular launch vehicle has launched around with 19 satellites, and among these 19, Amazonia 1 is the Brazil satellite, and it is a weather forecasting satellite, and along with other 18 co-passenger satellites, they have been launched on February of 28th at Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. So this is the first dedicated commercial mission of New Space India Limited, which is a private space company of our country, and it is a government of India company under the Department of Space. We need to understand that Amazonia 1 is the optical Earth observation satellite of National Institute for Space Research. This satellite would further strengthen the existing structure by providing remote sensing data to users for monitoring deforestation in the Amazon region and analysis of diversified agriculture across Brazilian territory. PSLV C-51 or Amazonia 1 is the first dedicated commercial mission of New Space India Limited, a government of India company under Department of Space. The 18 co-passenger satellites on board PSLV C-51 include 4 from InSpace and 14 from NSIL. Out of 4 satellites from InSpace, 3 were UnitySats designed and built as joint development by JPR Institute of Technology Sri Perumbudur, GH Raizoni College of Engineering Nagpur, and Sri Shakti Institute of Engineering Technology Coimbatore, and one was Satish Dhawan Sat or SD-STAT from Space Kids India. The 14 satellites from NSIL carried were 1 from India and 13 were from United States of America. PSLV C-51 is the 53rd flight of PSLV and 3rd flight of PSLV in DL configuration with 2 strap-on motors. This was for 78th launch vehicle mission from HDSC Shar of Sriharikota. Going through the next update is regarding the anti-tank guided missile systems. Helena and Dhruvastra have completed their successful user trials. Both of these, the Helena is a mission from the Army version and Dhruvastra is the Air Force version. Both of these have carried out 2 important joint user trials, have carried out from advanced light helicopter platform in desert ranges. We need to understand that these are 3rd generation lock on before launch, fire and forget anti-tank guided missiles. These can engage targets both in direct hit mode as well as top attack mode. The next update is regarding Navy's VLSR SAM missile system has been successfully launched recently. 2 launches of vertical launch short range surface to air missile or VLSR SAM, they have been carried out on 24th of February from static vertical launcher from integrated test range or ITR at Chandipur off the coast of Odisha. These missiles were tested for Watser. They were tested from minimum and maximum range. These launches were monitored by senior scientists from DRDO labs and also from the people from DRDL Research Center Imarat Hyderabad and R&D engineers of Pune. That is it regarding this particular section. Going through with the final section is regarding the future plans, and going through with the future plans, we need to understand that the first update is regarding Indian Air Force going to participate in the multinational exercise Desert Flag 6 along with France, United States and United Arab Emirates. We need to understand that exercise Desert Flag 21 is going to be conducted at Al Dhafra Air Force Base in United Arab Emirates, and the participating countries include United Arab Emirates, United States of America, France, Saudi Arabia, South Korea, India and Bahrain. And the dates of the conduction of this particular Desert Flag 6 exercise, it is going to happen from 3rd of March 2021 all the way up towards 27th of March 2021 at Al Dhafra Air Base, United Arab Emirates. And how many aircrafts from our side are participating, sir? From our side, 6 Su-30 MKI aircraft, 2 C-17 Globemaster aircrafts and 1 IL-78 aircraft is going to be participating. The main aim of Desert Flag exercise is to provide operational exposure towards the participating forces while training them to undertake simulated air combat operations in a controlled environment. That means to train them and to give them a proper understanding and also to simulate some kind of environment wherein which the people will get an aspiration of the war is going on, and then they will go through with some important exercises, and these kind of exercises will help in maintaining the interoperability and maintaining the integrity and dignity and the josh of all of these armed forces, and they will also maintain the proper amount of friendship and camaraderie between the armed forces of all of these nations. Going through now with the next update is regarding the Indian Navy is going to commission the third Scorpion class submarine INS Karanj in Mumbai on March of 10th, very soon. And the submarine has actually been built in Mazagon Dock Limited, and this has been made in our country under Make in India flagship program. And our Navy has already inducted two submarines of Scorpion class, which include INS Kalvari and INS Kanderi. Now this will be the third one, known as INS Karanj, and this is going to be again commissioned from the same shipyard. Around 6 submarines are going to be built in this particular shipyard, of which the trials of Vela, Wazir are also underway, and while the construction of the 6th submarine is also going on. Right, so that is it regarding all of these most important issues. And going through now in detail with the next one is regarding the review questions. And with this, we have completely finished off all of those important defense updates of the whole month of February of 2021, and I hope that all of these things were very helpful for you. In the upcoming sessions of the defense updates, I would like to very happily inform you that we have a plan to go through live in YouTube sessions. We will be conducting the complete important current affairs and defense updates on a day-to-day basis. Every day morning on live sessions we'll be going through, wherein which we want to interact with each and every particular aspirant, and we want to touch the hearts of every particular person to make sure that your preparation and camaraderie, your Josh will always be very high. Okay, so we are not stopping. Lot of things are happening behind in the off screen, and lot of things we are making sure that we are going to provide you the best of the best, and we want to improve our version so that you will also become the best version of yourself, right? So up to now, we have finished the most important updates. Let us now go through with the review questions, and thereafter we will wind up with this whole session. If in case you people are writing down every important update until now, I appreciate your efforts, and I wish all the very best, and I hope and I even pray that you get recommended for the upcoming defense exams, right? So going through with the first and foremost question is, Yudh Abhyas 20 is conducted between India and which particular country? Please answer by yourself before me answering it. Is it USA, UK, or USSR, or UAE? The correct answer is what, sir? Yudh Abhyas is between India and United States of America. Right, so now going through with the next question is, Tropex 21 is Indian Navy's largest war game. What is the full form of Tropex 21? Is it theater level optical readiness exercise, or is it theater level operational reconstruction exercise, or is it theater level operational readiness exercise, or theater level observational reconnaissance exercise? The correct answer is option C. So the correct answer is theater level operational readiness exercise. Going through now with the next question is, which exercise was conducted as the first phase of Tropex 21? Is it Sea Vigil, or Sea Power, or Sea Exquisite, or Sea Observe? So the first phase of Tropex 21 is known as exercise Sea Vigil. It was conducted in the month of January 2021. Going through with the next exercise is regarding which exercise was conducted as the second phase of Tropex 21. Is it Amphex 21, or Sea Vigil, or Tropex 20, or none of the above? The second phase of Tropex 21 is known as Amphex 21. The next question, which Bangladeshi naval ship was on a 2-day visit to Mumbai from 14th to 15th of February 2021? Is it BNS Abu Bakr, or BNS Protoy, or BNS Osman, or BNS Bangabandhu? The correct answer is BNS Protoy. Name of the NASA's Mars rover that recently landed on the planet. Is it Curiosity, or Determination, or Perseverance, or Patriotism? So this particular rover is named as Perseverance. It is NASA's Perseverance rover. NASA Perseverance rover landed at which crater of Mars? Is it ENIAC crater, or Argyre Planitia crater, or Barabashov crater, or Jezero crater? So NASA's Perseverance rover has been landed at the Jezero crater on Mars. Going through with the next question, NASA's Perseverance rover mission, what is the mission of it? Is it to seek the signs of minerals on the planet, or is it to seek signs of previously landed satellites, or is it to seek the signs of ancient life on the planet, or is it to seek the signs of nuclear flammable entities? The correct answer is seeking the signs of ancient life on the planet. Special Forces Training School of Indian Army is training which country's special forces to help build their capabilities? Is it Turkmenistan, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, or Kyrgyzstan? The correct answer is option A, Turkmenistan. Where is the Special Forces Training School of Indian Army located? So is it in Nahan of Himachal Pradesh, or Khadakwasla in Maharashtra, or New Delhi of Delhi, or Gulmarg of Jammu and Kashmir? So Special Forces Training School is located at Nahan in Himachal Pradesh. The Central Military Commission of which country recently appointed new Navy Air Force chiefs in generation shift in its army? So the correct answer is option B, North Korea. Which Chilean Navy ship was built by Indian company Larsen & Toubro Limited? Is it option A CNS McAlvey or CNS Esmeralda or CNS Captain Pratt or CNS Janicuo? The correct answer is option D, CNS Janicuo. Going through with the next question is center has given historic push to defense modernization by increasing the defense capital outlay by how much of percent? The correct answer is option C, 18.75%. Lieutenant General Chandi Prasad Mohanty is he the new Vice Chief of Army Staff or Commandant of IMA or the Commandant of 48 Chennai or Commandant of Garhwal Rifles Regiment? The correct answer is he is the new Vice Chief of Army Staff. Aero India show was organized from what date to what date? It was actually organized from 3rd to 5th of February 2021. Which contingents were declared winners and runners-up respectively during Army Day parade? And the winners and the runners-up were option D, the Bengal Engineers Group contingent and Garhwal Rifles Regiment contingent. Indian Army laid the foundation of nation's tallest national flag in which union territory? Is it in Puducherry or Jammu and Kashmir or Ladakh or Andaman and Nicobar Islands? So nation's tallest national flag is located in Jammu and Kashmir. Inter-service affiliation of the Assam Regiment and Arunachal Scouts with 106 Air Force Squadron. This particular affiliation was signed at what particular place? It is a historical affiliation. So where was it signed? Is it in Dispur of Assam or Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh or Tezu in Arunachal Pradesh or Tezpur of Assam? The correct answer is option D, Tezpur of Assam. Who took over as the flag officer commanding Western Fleet on board the aircraft carrier INS Vikramaditya? Is it Rear Admiral Ajay Kochar or Rear Admiral Sanjay Vatsayan or Rear Admiral Krishna Swaminathan or Rear Admiral Ravindra Jayant Nadkarni? The correct answer is option A, Rear Admiral Ajay Kochar. Also mention in the comment section who are these three other people. Who is actually Rear Admiral Sanjay Vatsayan, Rear Admiral Krishna Swaminathan and Rear Admiral Ravindra Jayant Nadkarni. Mention in the comment section who are these three people are also. Going through now with the next question is Army launched its first community radio station in North Kashmir to bridge gap between Jawan and Awam. The radio station is actually named as what? Is it named as Radio Hunar or Radio Jammu or Radio Chinar or Radio Bharat? The correct answer for this particular radio that is launched by the Indian Army in the North Kashmir to bridge the gap between Jawan and Awam, the correct answer is option C, Radio Chinar. Going through with the next question, which organization recently inducted women commandos into its elite anti-Naxal Cobra unit? Is it CISF or CRPF or ITBP or SSB? The correct answer is option B, CRPF or the Central Reserve Police Force. With which of these organizations is Indian Navy coordinating to pursue the indigenous development and acquisition of a twin-engine deck-based fighter? So TEDBF or twin-engine deck-based fighter is going through between Indian Navy and the Aeronautical Development Agency, sir. HAL recently received the request for proposal for how many H-30-40 basic trainer aircrafts from the Indian Air Force while Aero India show was going on. The correct answer is option C, around 70 of these H-30 basic trainer aircrafts. HAL LUH or the Light Utility Helicopter Army variant has received the initial operational clearance from which particular organization? Is it from Center for Artificial Intelligence and Robotics or CAIR, or is it from Aeronautical Development Agency or ADA? Or is it from Hindustan Aeronautics Limited HAL, or is it from Center for Military Airworthiness Certification or CIMILAC? The correct answer is it has been received this initial operational clearance from the CIMILAC. Going for now with the next question, Amazonia 1 belongs to which particular country? So it actually belongs to Brazil. Okay, so going through with the next question, Amazonia 1 was launched by which particular launch vehicle? It is launched by PSLV C-51. The next question, PSLV C-51 or Amazonia 1 is the first dedicated commercial mission of which particular private company? Is it New Space India Limited or Skyroot Aerospace or Bellatrix Aerospace or Dhruva Space Private Limited? The correct answer is option A, New Space India Limited. Going through the next one, 2 launches of vertical launch short-range surface-to-air missile were carried out by DRDO on which particular date? So VLSR SAM has the test regarding that has been carried out on 24th of February 2021. Going through the next question, which among these is not a country participating in Desert Flag 6 exercise? Is it Saudi Arabia or South Korea or Bahrain or Kuwait? So it is actually Kuwait is not participating in the Desert Flag 6 exercise. Mention in the comment section what all are those countries that are participating in the Desert Flag 6 exercise. Desert Flag 6 exercise will happen at which particular Air Force base in the world? Is it Jodhpur Air Force Station of India, or Al Dhafra Air Base in UAE, or Fairford Air Force Base in UK, or Isa Air Base in Bahrain? The correct answer is option B, Al Dhafra Air Base of United Arab Emirates. Indian Navy is going to commission which Scorpion class submarine in Mumbai on March of 10? Is it INS Sindhu Ghosh or INS Vela or INS Karanj or INS Wakshir? So this newly inducted, the third one of the Scorpion class submarine is INS Karanj. That is it regarding all of these most important review questions. Let us now go through with the question of the day that I always ask you after the most important defense updates. So the question of the day for today is this particular one: which Bollywood movie showcased the former Iraqi invasion of Kuwait in its story? I repeat, which Bollywood movie showcased the former Iraqi invasion of Kuwait in its story? Is it option A, Shaurya, or option B, Tango Charlie, or option C, Airlift, or option D, Vijeta? The answer for this particular question and the details regarding that I will be giving you in the next session. Until then, stay tuned to Big Crack Exams and subscribe to our channel. Download the Android app from Google Play Store. And I would like to always again reiterate and inform you that we have a plan to come live on YouTube in the upcoming sessions, so that we people will get an opportunity to directly interact with each and every particular aspirant. And we want to make our sessions live very soon, and we want to know your inputs on making the content much more proper way, and we want to guide you very properly and personally on how to crack the examination. The updates and various other issues will be taken into serious mode, and we will be making sure that we will always try to provide the proper amount of content, so that you people will be able to crack the upcoming examinations with full zeal, determination, confidence, and a very big smile on your face. What all we expect is that you getting uniform and being recommended for the Indian Armed Forces, and we always hope that you people will be successful in whatever attempts you people are doing for. All the very best for the upcoming exams, and always stay tuned. This is Big Crack Exams. Always stay safe, stay healthy, keep smiling, be confident. Jai Hind.